Hi, I'm Professor Pi. Welcome to another mathematical adventure. Today we're going to talk about Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem is a well-known geometric theorem that the sum of the squares on the legs of the right triangle is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. In simple form, it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is the longest side of the right triangle. It's the hypotenuse. It's across from the right side. The Pythagorean theorem, and knowing it, is a sign of intelligence in education. They work. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. A 3, 4, 5 triangle, this would be 9 plus 16 equal 25. That one works. We have 5, 12, and 13. 5 squared is 25. 12 squared is 144. Add them together is 169. Take the square root of that, you get 13. 7, 24, 25 also work. I'll let you get your calculator out and make sure that they work. If you need a calculator, I've loaded one on this assignment. Go ahead and make it on your PowerBook, on your Chromebook, or your computer at home. Just put it in as an extra favorite page. Here are my examples. Little a is 1, little b is 1, and we want to find out c. 1 squared is 1, 1 squared is 1. We add it together, we get 2, and our answer would be square root of 2, which is about 1.4. C would have to be bigger than 1. Here we have 8 and 12. 8 times 8, 64, plus 12 times 12, 144. We add them together, and I get 208. So C would be equal to the square root of 208. So we put in 208, and we hit the square root key. Square root of 208 is equal to 14.4. The square root of 208, as we just did on the calculator, was 14.4. And once again, check. This needs to be the biggest side. Our sides are 8 and 12. This needs to be bigger than 8 or 12. Here we have 17 and 5. And we're going to find A. Notice that I'm giving you C. So here you have to subtract it. (17 squared minus 5 squared). So let's go with that. This would be 17 times 17 minus 5 times 5. We don't need a calculator for that. We know that's 25. We hit equals. We get 264, and we want to take the square root of that. There's the square root side. The square root of 264 is equal to the square root of 264 is equal to 16.2. So A is 16.2. Here, once again, if I give you C and A, you must subtract to get B. At the first example, when I gave you A and B, you had to add them and take the square root to get C. Here, you're going to square them and square them and then square root them, and you'll find B. But we're going to subtract here because I gave you C. So we're going to take the square root. We're going to square that one, subtract, and take the square root. And our numbers are 64 and 50. So that would be 64 times 64, subtract 50 times 50. We hit the equals button, and we get 1596. So now I want the square root of 1596, and that will be our missing leg. 39.9. So we go back, and B is equal to 39.9. And in this class, when we take an improper square root, we're going to stop at one digit. Don't round up, don't round down, just cut it off. Now, if it's 16, don't cut it off. You just need to know that 16 is 4. I'm Professor Pi. I hope that helps you understand the Pythagorean theorem. Come back and see me again for another mathematical adventure.